Hey, Amanda, what's going on? I heard you and my brother are moving in with our parents. Why are you all suddenly deciding to live together? Well, your parents asked us to move in with them, that's why. Did they really? This is the first time I'm hearing about it. Yes, well, they approached us about it last month. We've been discussing the details since then. Huh? Mom and Dad specifically asked you? Yes, they did. We were surprised too at first. That doesn't sound like them at all. What exactly did they say? You've heard that they've been having problems with their joints lately, right? They're worried about living alone and asked if we could move in. That's ridiculous. They wouldn't say that. When I visit home, they seem perfectly fine. When was your last visit? They've been struggling more recently. I was just there 3 weeks ago. They looked fine to me. Maybe they're just putting on a brave face for their daughter because they don't want to worry you. When we visit, they're clearly in pain. They've been telling us that their joint pain has been getting worse lately. What did you say? I'm just telling you what I've observed. Your parents might not want to worry you. No, I mean, what exactly did they tell you about wanting help? They said they're worried about managing on their own. They've been really pushing for us to move in. And you just agreed, just like that? We thought about it carefully before deciding. So you're just going to move in with them. Stop acting so noble. You're obviously just after their inheritance. Excuse me? You heard me. This whole thing is suspicious. I don't understand why you're jumping to that conclusion. No normal daughter-in-law would agree to live with her in-laws. Most people would turn them down. The fact that you accepted so easily is suspicious. Of course, I had reservations at first, but I couldn't just abandon them when they seemed to be in so much pain. So Tom and I made up our minds to move in with them. Oh, you're so selfless, aren't you? Such a perfect daughter-in-law. That's not what I'm trying to say. Are you trying to show off how caring you are toward my parents? You're talking about doing the right thing, but I know you have ulterior motives. That's not true. Then why didn't you discuss this with me first? I'm their daughter. I assumed they had already told you. I absolutely don't trust you. I bet that you're just planning to get your hands on our inheritance while you're living with them. I'll have to visit more often than before to keep an eye on you and make sure you're not up to anything sneaky. If you're that concerned, why don't you move in with them instead? Don't you have any plans to move back from New York? What? Are you trying to get me on your good side to get rid of me? Not at all. I'm just asking since you seem so worried. None at all, though it's not that I don't want to move back. Oh, really? Why do you sound so skeptical? I'm just trying to understand the situation. Of course, I'd love to move back home and live with them if I could, but I'm just so good at my job that my company absolutely refuses to let me quit. I see. Well, I guess we'll have to move in then. Don't act like you're doing everyone a favor. That's not my intention at all. Well, at least I can visit on weekends. That way I can protect Mom and Dad's inheritance from you. Sarah, I really think you're misunderstanding our intentions. I understand perfectly. Just remember, I'll be watching you. Sorry, Tom, this whole moving in with your parents situation just got more complicated.
What happened? Is something wrong?
Your sister Sarah just called. She's suspicious about us moving in. She thinks we're after your parents' inheritance. She says she's going to start visiting every weekend.
What?
She got really upset when I told her about the move.
What exactly did she say?
She accused me of having ulterior motives. Said that no normal daughter-in-law would agree to this. Of course I denied it, but she wouldn't listen to anything I said. She kept going on about protecting their inheritance.
I can't believe her. I'm so sorry you're getting dragged into this, Amanda.
Maybe she feels like she's losing her parents to me. Sarah really loves them. She even makes regular trips from New York to visit, doesn't she?
You don't have to make excuses for her behavior. She's absolutely wrong.
I'm just trying to understand where she's coming from.
It's not that innocent. She's probably just worried about her allowance getting cut. She's the one who relies on their money the most.
What? She gets an allowance when she visits?
You didn't know about that?
No, they never mentioned it.
Our parents have always spoiled Sarah rotten. She was their long-awaited baby girl, so they just can't help themselves. They give her several $1,000s every time she visits.
What? That much? I was expecting you to say it was just a few hundred.
It used to be less, actually.
How did it get so high?
It started off a couple $100 bills, but between our parents' dotting and Sarah's manipulation, it somehow grew to that amount. On the other hand, when we visit, we don't get anything.
If anything, they often ask us to send them money. I was wondering why they needed so much, but now it makes sense.
It's been going on for years.
Why didn't you tell me about this before?
I was embarrassed about the whole situation. I hoped that I could get them to stop before you found out. I'm sorry. I keep telling them to stop giving her allowances if they need to ask us for money. But they won't listen to that either. I'm really sorry they have to deal with this family situation and have to move in with them with me.
I told you to stop apologizing about the move-in. They're my husband's parents and I want to help support them.
Amanda.
Sarah doesn't plan to move back from New York, so I figured we'd end up taking care of them eventually. I've been mentally prepared for this since we got married.
I really can't thank you enough.
Let's try to look at the bright side of moving in. With us there, they might find it harder to keep giving Sarah money. Maybe they'll finally start saving for their retirement.
You think that will work?
It's worth trying, isn't it?
You're right. I've been worried about their finances of all that money they've been giving away. Having us there to help manage their assets would be good for everyone.
Exactly. We need to make sure we don't end up having to cover all their care costs in the future. We have our own life to think about too.
I'll try not to burden you any more than necessary. I'm going to do my best with this living arrangement.
We're in this together, Tom.
Thank you for being so understanding.
Just promise me we'll face whatever comes next as a team.
I promise, no matter what Sarah says or does.
I hope that alcohol disinfection worked properly. If beer wasn't enough, I can always throw whiskey on you next. What are you trying to do? You suddenly show up, throw beer on me, and then try to kick me out of the house? This is my parents' house, not yours. That doesn't give you the right to assault me. Disinfection, you mean? I can't let parasites like you spread any further. Oh, and by the way, I'm moving back home starting today. What? You heard me. I already brought my bags. You can't just show up and announce that. This is my family home. I have more right to be here than you. I just can't stand you anymore. How dare you treat my parents like their children? You're just a daughter-in-law. You don't have any right. From now on, I won't let you do whatever you want anymore. When have I ever done anything like that? Do you want a list? Because I have one. Please, enlighten me. You've been doing it every single day since you moved in. I heard you immediately took away their pension and put them on an allowance. And you're even making them do housework. Isn't the daughter-in-law supposed to handle all of the chores? Who do you think you are? Who told you all this? Mom called me crying about it. There are reasons for everything. The allowance system is to help your parents regain their financial sense. They were spending like they were still working full-time. They weren't just using up their pension, they were dipping into their savings too. They need to stop spending so recklessly and save up. That's none of your business. It became my business when we moved in. So what? They worked hard until retirement. They should get to do what they want. And who's going to take care of them when their retirement money runs out? They'll need care as they get older. Hospital stays cost money, and just because we're living with them doesn't mean we have unlimited funds to help. Don't take us for granted. I'm doing what I can to keep them as independent as possible for as long as possible. You should be prepared for that. If you're going to live with them, you should help them with your money. That's not how this works. You're just making excuses. And about the housework, it's for exercise. They're always lounging on the couch saying their joints hurt. I understand that they need rest, but that doesn't mean that they should spend the entire day lying around. They've become really out of shape. The doctor told us they should at least do their own basic tasks. Stop making excuses. You just want to make my parents your servants. Stop lying about what the doctor said. I have the doctor's notes if you want to see them. Like I'd trust anything you show me. It's not a lie. And it's the same with their pension. The real reason you put them on an allowance is so you could steal their money. That's why you quit your job too, isn't it? What? Don't play dumb with me. When I heard you quit your job right when you moved in, I had a bad feeling. When I rushed over to check, I saw you carrying around a designer bag. You must have bought it with their pension money. I bought that as a treat for myself with my severance pay. The commute from your parents' house to my old job was too long, remember? I explained that I'm planning to find a job closer to here. Such convenient timing. I've already started applying to places nearby. I don't believe those lies. You probably don't even have a new job lined up. You're planning to mooch off my parents for the rest of your life. You're being even more unreasonable than usual. They say conversations can't work between people with an IQ difference of 20 points. Maybe because you're too stupid, you parasite. Excuse me? You heard me. Know your place. Only their real daughter gets to rely on my parents. A mere daughter-in-law like you has no right to take advantage of them. From now on, I'll protect my parents. That's why I quit my New York job and came back. So you're saying you're moving in too? That's right, but I'm quite germophobic, so I can't stand dirty things. Better to disinfect parasites early. If you have a problem with that, you can leave. Thanks, I will leave. Good, finally. Crawl back into the dirt where you belong. Then the trash should go back in the trash can. We're leaving this house so you garbage can live happily together. What? Did you just call us garbage? Oh, I'm sorry, that slipped out. I've been trying so hard not to say it. Even if you are garbage, you're still his family. You called me garbage again? If the shoe fits.
I'm sending you a hotel URL. I've already booked a room. Let's stay there for a while. Check in right away and take a shower. You must be upset after having beer thrown on you. I'm so sorry about my sister.
Thank you, Tom. I got the link.
Are you okay? Did she hurt you?
Just my pride and my clothes are ruined.
I can't believe she would do something like this.
You don't need to apologize, Tom. Thank you for booking the hotel so quickly.
It's the least I could do. I should have seen this coming.
None of us could have predicted this.
I'll head over once I pack our stuff from the house. When we meet at the hotel, we can start looking for a new place together. Even I've reached my limit. I told them we're cutting ties.
What? You cut ties with them? But you were so devoted to your family.
They crossed the line today.
Are you sure about this?
I've never been more sure of anything. And frankly, I wasn't really devoted to family. I was just trying to be a good son because my parents only had eyes for my sister. I wanted their attention, wanted them to like me. But now I understand. I don't need approval from parents and family like this. I've had enough of trying to suck up to them, only to have them ignore me when my sister's around.
Tom.
It's taken me too long to realize this. I'm sorry. I should have done this sooner for you, for our sake.
You don't have to do this just for me.
You've always been there for me and tried to understand how I felt. You even agreed to move in with them for my sake. And then they treat you like this. It's unacceptable.
Thank you for standing up for me.
Don't thank me. I really should have done this sooner.
What did your parents say when you told them?
They're still defending Sarah as always. I've done enough as a son and as the eldest. We even paid back quite a bit of their loan over these past few months. That can be their parting gift.
Are you really okay with this?
More than okay. I feel free.
You're right. I'll wait for you at the hotel then. Good luck with the packing.
I won't be long, taking only what's essential.
Be careful. Sarah might still be there.
Don't worry about me. Just get yourself to the hotel safely.
Text me when you're on your way.
Will do. See you soon.
Please, Amanda, come back. I can't handle these loan payments alone. Oh, now you want to talk? Please, this is serious. Don't be so weak. You've been mooching off your parents all this time, right? Think of it as paying them back. Paying them back, but it's $60,000. Not my problem anymore. How can you be so cold about this? Well, you're the reason for that loan, aren't you? You kept begging them for allowances, taking thousands each time, and they ended up taking loans just to keep giving you money. That's true, but I have my own loans. I can't pay back other people's loans too. What? You have loans too? Yes, that's why I came back home. Interesting how the truth comes out now. I didn't want anyone to know. But earlier you said something different. You said you quit your New York job and came back because you were so worried about your parents living with us. I know what I said. So which is it? That's part of the reason, but there's more. New York rent is really expensive, and trying to keep up with everyone else's lifestyle. Before I knew it, I was $40,000 in debt. $40,000? Really? I couldn't keep up with the payments. After all that talk about your amazing job, the debt collectors started calling my workplace. In the end, my managers told me I had to quit. Wait, but weren't you saying that your company wouldn't let you quit because you were such a valuable employee? And that you were so good at your job? Actually, that was a lie. What? I couldn't admit the truth. Go on. I lied. I was exaggerating. I was just a temp worker. A minimum wage temp with no qualifications. So that's the truth. That's why I came back home. I thought Mom and Dad would help me. I thought they'd just give me money like they always do. Looks like you're the real parasite. Maybe you should pour some beer on your own head. I will. I'll pour anything on my head. Just please come back. Let's all work together to pay off the loans. Help me with my loans, too. After how you treated me? I know I was horrible. I'm sorry. Absolutely not. I don't want anything to do with people we've cut ties with. What? You heard me. Tom wouldn't really cut ties with us, would he? What's with that reaction? Obviously, we're not going to help. But we're family. How can you not help? Who was it that called their family parasites and threw beer on them? Oh, right. By the way, there's one more important thing I should tell you. I haven't even told Tom this yet. Your parents apparently have another loan they've been hiding. What did you say? Oh, you didn't know about that one either? Another loan? How? After they revealed their debt right after we moved in, I couldn't trust them anymore. I suspected there might be more, so I investigated during our stay. And surprise, surprise, I was right. They even used the house as collateral for this one. You mean they'll lose the house if they can't pay? That's right. And apparently they just spent all that money too. I'm honestly speechless. There has to be some mistake. How much is the loan? From what I found out, about $50,000. What? My loan is $40,000. Mom and Dad's loans are $60,000 and $50,000. That's way over $100,000. $150,000 to be exact. I was actually struggling with how to tell Tom about the hidden loan, so thank you for coming back. Now I won't have to worry about stressing Tom out with his parents' issues anymore. This is ridiculous. You're just dumping all the repayments onto us? Excuse me? These are loans that you all took out. Paying back your own loans is just basic responsibility. If you've done all that, then there wouldn't be any problems. Well, that's... Nothing to say now? Please, there must be something we can do. Well then, I'm off. I'll take responsibility for making Tom happy. Good luck with your parents. After Sarah and her parents found out about each other's loans, they started trying to push the responsibility for repayment onto each other while ignoring their own debt. Both Sarah and her parents kept trying to contact Tom, crying and begging, "Let's make up, come back home." But Tom had reached his limit. He left all their messages on read without responding. We both applied for transfers to different states and quietly moved away. Of course, we didn't tell them anything, so we'll probably never see their faces again.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.